Hi, I'm Natalie, owner of the Sewing Studio, and today I thought that I would show you how to personalize a placemat for your table. We're going to put Happy Thanksgiving on ours today. But you could certainly personalize it in any way for any of the seasons that are coming up here in the few months. And we're also going to be using our BabyLock Altair, so I can show you how to use the IQ positioning technology that's built into that sewing machine to get the perfect placement on these placemats. So let's go take a look at what we'll need to get this project together. All right, so here are the items that we're going to need for this project. I've got the biggest hoop that comes with the Altair. It's in a 9 1/4 by 14, and it has the QR code pieces that we'll need to actually do the positioning scanning. And then I have actually hooped in our hoop here the stick tearaway, and that allows us to score and actually stick our placemat to it so that we don't have to actually hoop the placemat in the entire hoop. And stick tearaway comes in the 10" and the 20". Because I'm using the larger hoop, I had to use the larger width on the stabilizer. But if you have a smaller hoop, then you can certainly use the smaller distance on this one. And then you'll need some thread. We use isocord with ours, and I'm using black because we're doing Happy Thanksgiving. We'll need a pair of scissors to use on our jump stitches, and then I have a small pin here to help score our paper. And then of course the project on the placemat, so I have a placemat for us to use. So let's see what we need to get our placemat attached to our hoop. So when you hoop your stick tearaway, it has kind of a paper side, and then it has the stabilizer on the back. So you want to hoop it so that your stabilizer is facing up. And then you're taking like a straight pin or your seam ripper, and you're actually going to score it. So you don't want to punch so hard that it cuts through to the bottom of the stabilizer, but just enough that we can make an X and then peel it back. And then that allows us to kind of get our fingers here in the center and peel that paper off here in the center of the hoop. If you don't get all the paper off, it's fine. Some of you may need to get it off, but you don't have to have all the paper off in the hoop. And then that now has made the sticky part of the stick tearaway facing up in our hoop, and that allows us to stick our placemat just directly on it. So on this project, we're actually going to be putting it kind of down on the side of this placemat. So if you have it too far over, your embroidery machine may not let you get all the way over there. So I'm just kind of I have the line through the center of the placemat, and I'm trying to keep it kind of parallel to the side. And then I'm moving over a little bit so that I have plenty of room to stitch that down for us. And then I'm just pressing to make sure that that placemat really is attached to the sticky all the way across. And then we're ready to do that. So when you're inside the BabyLock IQ positioning app, you kind of have 3 options. And the first one, photo frame for easy positioning, is the piece that we're going to use today. And these other 2 are used with the IQ designer. And that allows us to do some digitizing of a picture or something that we have stored on our phone. So we're just going to click on photo frame for easy positioning. And then what we need to do is raise or lower it so that it starts counting down for me, so that I can say send to the machine. Now if you struggle with getting it to count down, it may be that you're actually like leaning your photo at an angle instead of having it like more straight flat over the hoop. So just make sure that you've done that. Then we're going to just send it over to the machine. Okay, it's sent, and the Altair is actually saying that it received that from us. So now that we have the image sent over to the sewing machine, we're going to go take a look at what it looks like to actually get the font in the position that we want using the screen on the embroidery machine. So on our screen, you can see that the image was sent from the mobile app and it's asking if I want to update, and I'm going to say okay. And then it's telling us that we need to attach the frame to use in the image. So I'm going to take and do that. Okay, now that I have the hoop attached, we're going to hit OK. And then it's telling me that the carriage is going to move, so just to make sure things are out of the way. And now you can see where the actual stitching is going to be on our placemat, and you can see that it's much too low in this picture, so we can just use our layout and move, and actually just move that back a little bit. Once you have it positioned where you want to stitch, then you can hit OK. And then we're actually ready to stitch it out. So we'll load our thread and get stitching. And just like that, we have our stitching done on our placemat, and I love that I always know exactly where it's going to land on my project because of that IQ positioning that we have in the Altair. That's just one of the best features that we have. I'm also going to show you real quick how you can actually edit the font on these in case you don't like something. It's really easy in the Altair, and I'll show you how to adjust that font. So on the font that we're using, if you want to change the way this looks at, we can return. And then on our screen, in our editing screen, you can see that we have this big T, and that's our text. And so if you click on that, it allows you to go in here and change your size and your spacing. This last button on the bottom has a bunch of A's on it, and if you click on it, it allows you to go through and change your font to something different. So it's really nice that it's so easy to manipulate the different fonts, so you don't have to go through and delete and add till you get it the way you want it. And the other nice piece here with Array is that I can actually bend those letters in case I wanted it to more lay against the outside of my placemat. I could use the Array to get it to line up. We liked it straight for what we were doing, but you could put someone's name on the edge of their placemat or a different holiday and use those buttons. So that makes it very easy to adjust the font that we're using and then go back and set that instead of add and delete till you get what you want. So that makes it just a little bit quicker on that edit. Now that we have our project stitched out, let's take a look at finishing it up. So since we use the stick to your tearaway, what's really nice is that all we have to do is tear this right out of our hoop. And if you're careful about the way you tear it, instead of really just kind of ripping it off, if you just kind of pull it so that it comes out and then come to the other side and do the same thing, we kind of create just this little hole here in our stabilizer. And you can kind of just straighten that up with a pair of scissors or a rotary cutter and actually take and patch over that with another piece that covers it. And then that way you're not wasting an entire piece of stabilizer, but instead you're just adding that little piece so that you can do it again since you'll probably have several of these to make. Then the other thing that we'll need to do is use our little scissors to go through, and on this particular design it had small jump stitches between our letters, and you just go in and cut those out, and you'll just want to make sure that you have something sharp and with a really good point to get in between them without cutting the placemat itself. So you want to have a good pair of embroidery scissors to do that step. Then once you get all of your jump stitches cut, then you're ready to use your placemat. We've added a couple of things here. We've taken glass plates and decoupaged fabric on the back of them, And then we've also used our BabyLock Victory, which does a perfect rolled hem on the edge of our fabric so that we have these nice napkins to go along with our project. So just a couple little add-ons that make this such a cute little setting for our Thanksgiving table. And just like that, our placemats are complete. I hope you enjoyed getting to learn how to personalize your placemat and getting to see how easy it is to do the positioning on our BabyLock Altairs. If you liked what you saw today, make sure you like and subscribe to our channel. And if you want to receive those notifications, make sure you click on the bell icon. Thanks for letting us turn your inspiration into creation.